So by popular demand, it seems everybody, and I mean everybody, not everybody, wants an STI. So in this video, your STI is Boeing. So firstly, I just want to say thank you to everybody who commented saying they love the STIs and they want more stock ticker inspection videos. So this one, we're going to be talking about Boeing. Boeing stock, the airplane manufacturer, the aerospace engineering company. I don't know why I said engineering, but Boeing, is it a good company? Is it a bad company? Should you buy it? It makes sense. All the airlines are really cheap now, and Boeing is a supplier to them airlines, so that should only go up to an altitude of 20,000 feet, stay there forever, pay you dividends, and boom, you're retired. No, not necessarily. As always with this channel, we're going to be looking at the fundamentals and why you should or should not buy Boeing. But first, please do hit me up in the comments and let me know what ticker you want to see in the next STI, and I will be sure to cover it in a coming video. And also as well, STIs. Do we want... Sorry, I can't keep a straight face. STIs, do you want stock ticket inspection or stock ticket investigation? Which one's best? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I'd need to really think of inspection or investigation because my mind is split in two places. Let me know what the people want and it will happen. And while you're there, please do help feed a baby by hitting that like button, subscribing, and turning on the bell. So Boeing, ticker symbol BA, listed on the New York Stock Exchange, has a market cap of 97 billion US dollars at its current price. Bear in mind that might change slightly because of the market moving. I'm recording this on a Wednesday, so bear with me on that. It's currently riding at 170 and pre-COVID highs were roughly around 370, so there's definitely room to move. So I've heard a lot of people saying, can you check out Boeing? Can you check out BA? BA is a good value. In the investing chat room as well, link for it in the description. Check it out, $10 a month. I share my profits, my losses, and everything I am currently in as I buy it or sell it. So check that out, $10 a month. It's better than using a Patreon where you get nothing from me. But for sure, on the chart, it looks like it's a no-brainer. But, you know, nothing in trading is simple. In fact, it's the opposite. So I've dove into Boeing and I found some red flags why I don't want to trade it. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't, so please do stick around till the end of the video. Now, in recent news, there was an article that came out and there wasn't really anything positive or bad other than the generic COVID news that flights are opening up or not opening up or closing down our borders. I'm sure you're all as bored of this news as I am, and we just want the world to move on somehow. But reality is, if you want news on Boeing or any airline stocks, you need to basically just wait until the government allows flights from every country to every country, and then the stock hype should really come in. But in the meantime, you're going to be sat sideways in my opinion. But news, Boeing did have some sort of negative news, and that was that it's currently having some jet issues. And also there was one company that they haven't responded to in regards to production of a 787, I think it was. I'll put that on screen now. But if we come down to simply Wall Street, where I look at all the fundamentals, giving every fundamental into account, the industry, the sector, the current market, the undervaluation is coming in at around about 37% undervalued. So that also does bring a red herring that, why don't I want to buy it if it's 37% undervalued? Because that's a good gain, right? I mean, that's 30%. That's not a bad game. I should be looking at that. But what really got me down was the PEG ratio. And the PEG ratio, quite frankly, is negative because they're not profitable for the last few quarters because they're not selling aircraft, which makes sense. So the PE and the PEG ratio are not calculatable. So therefore, we can't see if it's good value. And that is a big problem for me because why would I buy into a stock that is not making money? To me, I'd rather make 10% than 30% on a profitable company, and it means a hell of a lot less risk. Now, before you start going nuts, before everybody in the comments, Boeing's a massive company, it's not going to go bankrupt. I know, probably not. It's probably not. But I can put my money in better companies with better valuations, with profit, that would work better. It was the same with Tesla, why I didn't want to buy it at 500. In fact, I shorted it and made, well, pretty much 7-8 grand. So thanks, Tesla longs. But the other thing that scares me about Boeing is their assets and liabilities. Now, short term, their assets are currently around 130 billion, with a liability short term of 92 billion, which is great. The assets outweigh the liabilities short term. But long term is a different picture. 32 billion in assets and 81 billion in liabilities, which might be a hindrance to the company at a later date. Now, to be honest, you can look into that as much as you want. I wouldn't just buy or sell or not trade a company just on assets and liabilities because they fluctuate quite a lot. But it is another red flag in the Boeing buying case. So bear that in mind that long term, they don't have that many assets. And if you average it out, give or take, yeah, okay, they could outweigh each other and be pretty much break even. But that said, we live in a world where no one's buying aircraft. So I don't think that Boeing is really a good buy fundamentally or on news just yet. Until then airlines start moving again, Boeing's not making stuff and it's definitely not selling stuff. I should just say airplanes instead of stuff because they don't make stuff, they make aircraft, spacecraft, and lots of other stuff. Now, another red flag is their debt. Their debt is piling up fast. And I really do think that if it continues this way, they're going to need a bailout of some sort because if the aircrafts don't start opening at full capacity again and they're not making money, Boeing is probably at the back of the queue on airlines. So if you're looking at airline stocks and you really, it's a lot of reallys, want to buy something that is in aviation, personally for me, I wouldn't look at Boeing. I'd look more at an aircraft company because they're going to be moving faster, literally faster, because they're going to be taking off and then at a later date putting in orders to companies like Boeing. So for me, on that aspect as well is another red flag that I think that you could invest in an aircraft company, and when you see that you've made your profits, take your profits and then look at Boeing, you might miss out on a few percent gain, but you're going to get 2 good trades rather than 1. So didn't mean to do that. That's offensive. Sorry. Now they are paying a small dividend of 0.45%, which it's a good sign of the company being a bit loyal to investors. But for me, that doesn't outweigh the risk for me. If you look at something like BP or Shell, big oil companies, they're paying dividends of 5 and 10%, and they're paying them regularly. They have done. They've got a good solid history and they've got a lot of reserve. And I think that when the world does start moving, oil will pick up as well quite quickly when people start using it again. So I think that if you're looking for a sort of a riskier trade, BP and Shell are probably better than Boeing because they pay a better dividend, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, give me some hate in the comments. Now that brings us on to the last thing, the insider buying. Now there's only been 1,000 shares traded. It's not really worth mentioning, but there's nobody buying Boeing at this low price. Think about it. If you were the CEO, director, or a major shareholder like BlackRock or someone like that, and you were already in Boeing, this is a great place to average out your bet. They're not selling either. That doesn't mean it doesn't work the other way, but because they're not buying, it sort of leads me to believe that there's other opportunities in this current market, and there definitely is. There definitely is. For instance, I just bought a stock yesterday, and I've already made, I think it's 4% on it in literally a day from opening up on the news that came out after hours, and it's one of them, like where I just think that there's better value out there, and I think Boeing will be sideways for probably till the end of the year. Definitely until after the election, unless some crazy news comes out of a COVID cure, which I don't think is going to happen probably in my lifetime. So that's my thoughts on Boeing. Let me know in your comments if you disagree or agree, and more importantly, let me know if there's any tickers you want me to check out in the next STI video. As always, please do hit that like button, subscribe, and turn the bell. And if you are interested in day trading or investing, like I said, there are 2 chat rooms in the description, $20 for the day trading chat room and $10 for the investing chat room. I share absolutely everything, all my thoughts, everything I'm looking at, what prices I'm looking at, and then when I buy or sell a stock. My portfolio is doing very, very well this week, and I am actually looking at selling a position, hopefully by Thursday, Friday, which, thinking about it, might already have happened because this video is coming out on Saturday. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at another electrical car company, even NIO, so make sure you stick around for that and have subscribed and turn on the bell. And finally, to play you out with a nice song, here's some Kanye West. I'm joking, we can't play Kanye West because we'll be demonetized. So yeah, check out these 2 videos instead. Peace.